Welcome to HDTV. You now rocking with your boy, Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. Man, that was a great game. See, this is what's the difference between the cream of the crop and mediocrity. See, that game last night, that was mediocrity. Albeit the Nuggets won, it was mediocrity because we know it's going to happen. The refs going to step in and they're going to close these guys out real soon. It's not even going to be close. But in this game, Boston and Miami. Now, Miami came out aggressive. Something that we have not seen the whole entire series. Usually they come out a little aggressive, but they also come out more flat. This game, they put their foot on their neck. They put their foot on Boston's neck early and they kept it there. And Boston, give credit to them, the second half, they made adjustments. Jason Tatum probably had one of the worst first halves we've ever seen in a long time. But this is what he did. What people don't understand. When your shot's not going, this is what I preach to Michael Porter Jr. and all those other guys, Grant and them. When your shot's not going, go get a rebound. Pass the ball. Move the ball. Play defense. Tatum's defense and rebounding kept the Boston Celtics close the whole first half. Now, Kemba started off hot, kind of faded a little late, but, Kemba did all he could do. And Gordon Hayward hit a couple shots. Wasn't real big. You could tell he's still trying to get back in game shape. He got off of that injury. Jaylen Brown stepped up too, but then it was some spurts. That's why I tell my brother all the time, this is why Tatum is better than Brown. Because Tatum is aggressive. But in this case, they flip-flopped their roles. Brown was being the number one. Tatum was getting them the ball. Brown was hitting threes. He was driving it to the lane. He was getting to the basket. Tatum started learning in the second half, you know what? My shot's not going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going inside. I'm going to start going on the post. And Tatum him and LeBron James are getting away with that forearm, that extension of their arm to push guys out the way. And, and the refs are barely calling it. But kudos to him for not going south all the way. But late in the fourth quarter, down the stretch, him and Marcus Smart made some questionable plays. Marcus Smart, DAP, dumbass plays. He had 3 of them tonight. And 2 of them were down the stretch. You can't have that. And this is what I tell you about Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart to have a stretch where he looks great. He put on a virtuoso. Then all of a sudden he has a block in his brain that makes him make a dumb play. I don't know what it is. He has some type of haywire gene or something in his head where junk just don't go where it's supposed to go and he messes up. Jaylen Brown, I wish he could have kept being aggressive down late, but Tatum's shot was going, so I give the props there to just Tatum for continuing to keep going. Brown hit a 3 to cut the lead down, but Tatum down the stretch started missing. He wasn't really hitting his shot. Really wasn't getting it to the hoop as strong. And defensively, Miami locked down on them. Jimmy Butler's defense down the stretch getting the steal. Where Tice tried to pass it, he got the ball, he picked it off. and then was able to go down and get a bucket or give it to Herro. Tyler Herro took this game over. And down the stretch, Herro balled out. Jimmy closed the game with the free throws. Tyler Herro kept the game going with his shot, kept the lead, kept them at least up by 3 or 4, sometimes 5 to 6 from his shot making, his attacking the basket. And this is what I'm saying, that you don't have to shoot a 3 all the time. You don't have to shoot a 3. You can go to the hole. Basketball is very fundamental in skill as well as chemistry. You could tell Miami down the stretch, they trust everybody. Goran Dragic was on and really off, but he was able to lean on Herro. Robinson was off, but Robinson played some good defense during the game. The biggest thing nobody's going to talk about who made the biggest adjustment was Iguodala. His steals, his defense, his playing the passing lane, disrupting the offense of the Celtics. He put his imprint on this game. He put his imprint on the game. That was the best pickup for the whole season when they picked up Iguodala. They picked Iguodala up. It was like, okay, these guys mean business. Now, Jason Tatum finished with 28, 4, and 9. He got all his points in the second half. He had 0 points, but he was getting rebounds and he was assisting. Jaylen Brown had 21 points, 9 boards, 2 assists. Kemba Walker had 20 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Gordon Hayward had 14 points, which ain't bad to be coming back off an injury. Marcus Smart had 11 assists and 10 points and had some blunders down the stretch. Robert Williams, number 44, Dred Williams, came in with energy, was running around, setting picks, making some plays. That he did a good job. Wanamaker continues to do well on defense, but at times he has some blunders where you got to get him out of there. You can't keep him in too long, or he's going to make a mistake. You don't need him with a DAP and Marcus Smart, then it really will be it'll really hit the fan. Now the Heat, Butler had 24 points, 3 assists, 9 boards. Bam had 20 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. And Bam hurt his left wrist real bad, but he toughed it out. He kept playing. But look out for that for the rest of the series because that could come back to haunt him. Goran Dragic had 22 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. Tyler Herro led all scorers with 37 points, had 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And Tyler Herro was putting pressure on the defense the whole night. The whole night he was putting pressure on the defense. Now, the field goal percentages, the Celtics had a better field goal percentage. They were 39 to 82 for 48%. The Heat were 39 to 91 for 43%. 3-pointers, 14 for 40. The Celtics were, that's 35%. And the Heat had 10 for 37, 27%. The Heat got to cut that 3-point total down. If your 3-pointer isn't going, fellas, cut the damn 3s down. Also, the Celtics, cut the 3s down. You only made 14 out of 40. That's terrible. That's terrible. Now, free throws. The Heat had 27 attempts to the Celtics 21. They made 24, which is 89%, and the Celtics only made 17. That's 81%. Total rebounds, the Heat had 40, and the Celtics won that for 46. And the offensive rebounds, the Celtics had 12 while the Heat had 10, so that was very close. Assist-wise, the Celtics had 28 and the Heat had 20. The blocks, 5 blocks for the Celtics, 2 for the Heat. Now, this is what won the game for the Miami Heat. These two stats. The Heat had 9 steals to the Celtics 3. Turnovers. If you're a young basketball player, listen to me. Turnovers will kill you. This is why LeBron James is 3-6. Because of turnovers. And him not hitting his free throws. Oh, and I found out his stat the other night. They finally put it up. He had 6 turnovers. Most of them were down the stretch. And he only shot 2 free throw attempts. Which means he wasn't getting to the basket because he was scared. He only had 2 free throws from the flagrant foul. And he was 50%. So that's terrible. If you're LeBron James, you know you can get the ball. You need to take your big ass to the basket and get a foul. And stop being soft. Damn Sharman. LeBrownie blames. Now, back to this. I went off course for a little bit. Now, points in the paint, they were tied at 38. Now, the turnovers, Celtics had 19 turnovers, and most of them came in the fourth quarter in clutch time. Marcus Smart turned the ball over twice on some bad plays. I believe Tatum, Brown, or Kemba messed up as well. One of them messed up and lost the ball. That was a turn. Yeah, Tice to me. Yeah, Tice had a turnover too when he was trying to throw it. I think the Tatum or Brown and Jimmy just caught it and then ran down to the other end. And I believe he got a foul. 19 turnovers for the Celtics to 8 from the Heat. Personal fouls. 24 for the Celtics, 20 for the Heat. So the game was sort of balanced when it came to free throws. It wasn't a real bad officiated game. Albeit some calls on both sides were questionable for the Heat and the Celtics. But I can live with that. You're not going to have perfect calls, but as long as it doesn't affect the game to that much, I have no problem with that. Now, Eric Spoelstra once again outcoaches Brad Stevens. And Brad Stevens, for me to be hard on him, calling him overrated, I can't call him overrated no more. He's been coaching. He's been putting the lineups out there. His guys haven't been closing the deal. So I can't get on him like I would get on a Doc or get on a Mike Malone last night, who just inexplicably took Morris out the game when Morris was shooting the Lakers out the gym. And then the night before when Porter was killing, he didn't play him down the stretch. So that's bad coaching. But in this series, this is great coaching. He stuck with Tatum, albeit Tatum wasn't scoring. But what Tatum was doing was moving the ball. He was facilitating. And he was getting rebounds. And he was playing defense. He disrupted the passing lanes. See, guys, basketball isn't just about scoring. Everybody looks at, oh, look how much he scored. It doesn't matter. Jimmy Butler only scored, what, 23 or 24? Yeah, 24 points. But he had 9 rebounds and 3 assists. That is playing basketball. You don't have to have 20 assists or 15. Just because you have 10 or 12 assists a game doesn't make you the greatest passer, because when it's clutch time, you could have 2 or 3 bad passes that turn into turnovers. So what does that 10 assists mean at the end of the game? Albeit a LeBrownie. Say it with me. When you turn the ball over, we're going to call that a LeBrownie. Marcus Smart at the end had a DAP. We're going to call that a LeBrownie. So you can't be turning the ball over. You have to keep the ball. The ball is a possession. The game could swing just like that in basketball. Momentum in basketball is about runs. Another team could get on a run from your blunders. From your blunders and not doing what you're supposed to do. Now, the Celtics, I would try not to play Gordon Hayward that much. And that was smart. Brad Stevens sparingly played him. But in certain parts of the game, I need you to go to Williams. The other Williams, not Robert, but Grant Williams. That's the light-skinned Williams. I need you to go to him some, man. He could have gave you a couple threes where Gordon couldn't. Gordon is still trying to get back in the game. You have to play him sparingly, Steven. See, you doing that crap that what's his name? Stan Van Gundy did with Jameer Nelson in that championship game. He brought him back too soon when they played the Lakers. So you have to be smarter with your decisions. But other than that, Brad Stevens did a good job in rotating and putting people in position. They just didn't capitalize. Eric Spoelstra is continuing to impress me. Duncan Robinson was stinking up the joint. He took him out. Jay Crowder wasn't really effective. He took him out. And he kept switching his lineups to get the right lineup. Tyler Hero came in and saved this game. He hit some big shots down the stretch, and I like that move. He faked like he was finna lay it up left. Tatum came, he switched it to the right and went under the basket. That is how you play basketball. Tyler Hero can finish with either hand. That is what a lot of these NBA players are lacking, is the finish around the rim. This is a rookie, 20 years old, and he finishes better than 80% of the players in the league at the hole. That's a travesty. That just shows you how bad basketball has gotten. But this series is bringing basketball back. And this is what Adam Silver, a.k.a. Mr. Ferry, what he needs to promote. You have got to promote your real basketball. When fans watch this, who's an average fan, they're going to fall in love with basketball because it's ball movement, it's defense, it's strategy. Big Bam, watching him play like an old center in the post. That's basketball, not a center out there shooting all these damn threes. And that's what I'm saying. This series has been the best series in the playoffs thus far. Albeit the Utah and Jazz series was great. I said Utah and Jazz. They're the same team. Utah and Denver series was great. But what separated that series was it was just offense. It was no defense being played. In this game, it was defense. The score was 112-109. That was a game back in the day, damn near. Sometimes it will be lower. So I tip my hat off to the Celtics. They did it. They did as much as they could do. They just couldn't hold it down at the end. Andre Iguodala changed the game from defense and his facilitating. He hit Jimmy early. I believe it was in the fourth quarter with 2 or 3 minutes left. He hit Jimmy down the lane. Jimmy caught it, dunked it. Veteran move. Keeping the pace going. He kept the pace going, and it worked. Now, the Celtics, what messed the Celtics up is that they fall in love with those threes too much. When they started getting away from it late, they got better. Kemba Walker scoring 20, I could live with that. Kemba Walker basically had 20 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. I could live with that. Jaylen Brown, I need Jaylen Brown to be more aggressive down the stretch, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that's his demeanor, he's scared, or the offense don't go that way. But I need Jaylen to get it cracking. Because early in the game, he did his job. He picked up for Tatum, stinking up the joint in the first half. He picked up for a lot of guys. Marcus Smart, I keep telling you, you have got to stop creating a DAP, man, a dumbass play. You have got to stop that. When you had a chance to bring the team back, you made some good plays, but you can't be counterproductive and make a dumb play. You got to keep your head in the game, man. Every possession counts in this series because Miami is not they're not Toronto. They're not Toronto. They're not Philly. That's why I was telling you guys. Philly was playing Boston great the first round. It's just that they couldn't close. And they had a dumb coach. But if they had the right coach, they could have beat Boston first round. Because they played better without Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons can't play in the half court to save his life. And he can't shoot. But Miami has been killing. They have been killing the Boston Celtics with their defensive zone. They play a man zone. They switched it up. They didn't just play a regular zone. They played a man zone, and then they were sometimes trapped within that zone, which is smart. Now, what I like what Miami did was when the Celtics started trapping Jimmy or trying to trap Hero, guys were getting in position to help. Bam positioned himself close to them, so if they needed to make a pass, he could get the ball and throw it out to his shooter, or throw it out to the cutter, or throw it to the open man. They were killing Boston on that. Boston lacked rotation. Their defensive rotation tonight was terrible. They were giving up too many easy buckets, too many easy threes. You have got to lock down. You got to lock down on defense. Now, what I also like what Miami did, they would sometimes pick Kemba and Jason up full court. That is what I'm trying to preach to the Nuggets. If you're the Denver Nuggets, you need to watch Miami and Boston, how they were playing their defense. And y'all will beat the Lakers. The Lakers, this is what the Lakers do. They're so basic. They can't run a half-court offense unless Rondo's out there. If Rondo's out there, you still do that to him. You pick him up full court. That's what the Pistons did to the Lakers in 04-05, that when they beat them 4-1. They put their pressure up. So the guys didn't have enough time to get Shaq the ball. By the time they got Shaq the ball, 24 seconds. Or he had to take an ugly hook. So that's why Kobe was shooting all these shots, because he was trying to get them back in the game. Because they would foul Shaq. Shaq gonna go to the free throw line and brick. So this is what teams need to watch. Miami and Boston plays the smartest game that I've seen in the playoffs thus far. But Boston at times last series, they made it hard for themselves. They have blunders. That's why I don't trust them against Miami. That's why I picked Miami to win the series. That's why I picked them. Because they know how to play defense and they're all mentally tough. They have no weak link. Duncan Robinson's probably their weakest defender, and he plays great at times. He'll sometimes get burnt, but Duncan throws his body in there taking charges. When his shot's not going, he does other things. That's what I need Michael Porter Jr. to do. When your shot's not going, keep doing what you're doing. Get the offensive rebound. Play defense. Take charges. Throw your body in there. This is the playoffs. You have got to play with determination, and you have got to play with heart. Miami is playing with determination and heart. They want to win. They don't care if it looks ugly. They don't care about all. They want to win. And what they did was they went away from all those threes late, and they were only taking the three like Goran Dragic did when he was open. Tyler Hero came off a pick and shot the three. He could do that because he was hot. He hit some big threes down the stretch. Jimmy Butler closed the game. Jimmy doesn't have to score 30 or 40. He could give you 20 or 24. That's what I asked him to do. Give me at least 20 to 25 and we're good. He listened to my video. Well, he probably didn't listen to it because I ain't got that many views. I'm still a young YouTuber out here. So I know he didn't look, but I'm just saying, in general, he listened to what I was saying. I need you to be more aggressive. Jimmy was aggressive. Then sometimes he was passive at a fault, and that pisses me off. But that's who Jimmy's going to be. But when it was time for him to make his shots at the free throw line and he made that fadeaway shot, boom, in business. So this game, I give this game an A, man. This game was great. This was a great game to watch. It was a great game to watch. I loved every minute of it. Everything was good. I believe Gordon Hayward, I think he played a little too long. If I was Brad, I would have went with Grant Williams. Grant Williams has hit some big threes for you in the playoffs. But yet he don't play them like that. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But tip your hat off. Superhero. And Jimmy, come here, Jimmy. Balled out. Bam did his thing, Iggy. Now, Miami doesn't need to get complacent. You need to come out in game 4 like you did in game 3 and put your foot on their neck. Don't give Boston any hope. Take it away from them. Get in their grill. Press them. Have them pick them up full court. Get in their face. Make Tatum make Tatum prove he's a superstar. Force him to take bad shots. Force him to try to get the areas and make his shot. Do the same thing you did to him in game 3. Put that pressure on him. Because if Tatum go off, you're in trouble. But if you keep him at bay and you keep Kemba at bay, you're straight. Because Jaylen Brown going to come and go. He going to fade away himself at the end. That's just how he plays. He's very passive. So, that's what I'm saying. Miami, cut down on your threes. Attack the basket. Only shoot the threes when you got a guy who's open, or if Hero got the ball, Hero can do his thing, or Dragic, but cut down on your threes. Hero hit some mid-range shots. Duncan, you may have to do that. If your three's not going, go to the mid-range. The mid-range has been open this whole playoffs. The whole basketball season, the mid-range is open. Kawhi Leonard has showed y'all. If Kawhi Leonard's knee wasn't messed up, he would have shot the Nuggets out the gym from the mid-range. Because those points add up. And if you're taking all these threes missing on the other end, you come down to hitting mid-ranges, you doing your job on defense, you're going to have a big lead. You're going to have a 6 to 10 point lead. You want to make that happen. Go out there next game and put your foot on their neck. Boston, if you want to win, Tatum, you have got to show you are that guy. You have got to come in early and you have to finish late. Jalen, you have got to be more aggressive. You were aggressive in game 3. What happened? You came out passive. Get that Scottie Pippen it out of here. We don't need you playing like Pippen or no planners Paul. I need you playing like Jaylen Brown. I don't need you playing like Cottonelle Avis. I need you playing like Jaylen Brown. All right? You got to come out and be aggressive, son. You and Tatum are the best players. Your points impact the team. Your play impacts the team. Albeit, Marcus Smart is the emotional leader. Him and Kemba are the leaders as far as emotion and running the point. But you guys, they're floor generals, but you guys are the players. When you guys ball out like you did in game 3, the team feeds off of it. Everything becomes easy after that. But you got to step up. You're just as talented as Jason Tatum. But Tatum, one thing he has over you, he's more aggressive. He can go a half without scoring. You can't. You got to get your buckets. Defensively, you're doing a great job, you and him, but y'all have to be better. You have to be better on both sides of the ball if you want to win. Kemba, keep doing your thing, but at times I need you to facilitate more. I need you to get guys into their shot. Sometimes I don't need you taking that shot from the mid. I need you giving it to somebody to get them buckets. When Robert Williams is in there, or if Grant Williams come in, or Wanamaker, I need you to get them the ball to get them in a rhythm. That's what Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons used to do. He got guys in a rhythm. Yeah, he could score 20, 30, 40 anytime he wanted. But it's about the other guys. You're not going to win that way. You're not a two guard. I need you to be a point. Marcus, I need your DAP to be limited to 1. If you have 2 or 3, especially in the clutch situation, you cost Boston the game. You cost them the game. So it's going to be adjustments next game. Like I said, I got the Heat. I had the Heat winning in 7. I still wouldn't. It looked like it's going to be 5, but hey, anything can happen. 3-1 leads in basketball are not strong to hold. There's been people come back from a 3-1 lead. It's been shown. The Nuggets have done it twice, and they look like they about to come back from a 2-1 lead to add their to their legacy. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all. Let me know in the comment section, what did you think about the game? I thought the game was an A. It was a great game. I think it's the best game out there. It's better than the LeBrownies versus the Chicken McNugget series. So hey, it is what it is. If you want to donate to the page, cash at me at Harry2, which is HARRY2. Again, if you want to donate to the page, cash at me at Harry2, which is HARRY2. And shoot, we out. Live boy.